Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session, we have discussed about general characteristic, right? We have completed all the general characteristics of a transition elements. Well, now in this session, we are going for the next concept of the chapter. That is, we are looking for preparation of two important compounds. One among them is potassium dichromate. Okay, one the compound ಯಾವುದು potassium. Okay, potassium dichromate. So is one of the compound of a D block, or I can say 3D series element of potassium dichromate. Well, in this session, we try to understand the preparation of potassium dichromate. Well, K2Cr2O7 is the formula. Well, if I consider method of preparation of potassium dichromate, it mainly involves how many steps? It involves three steps. Okay, there involves a three steps. I try to explain stepwise. So here, first look at the reaction equation. What it is? FeCr2O4. The name of this compound is generally called a chromite. Chromite ore. Okay. Yes. Then Na2CO3, we know sodium carbonate, and O2 oxygen. Well, Na2CrO4. Na2CrO4 sodium. In short, I will write sodium chromate. Sodium chromate. Fe2O3, we know carbon dioxide is a gas, will be evolved, or I can say will be escaped from the product mixture. And Fe2O3, what it is? Hematite. Right? Hematite. Well, is the first step, the reaction which takes place in the first step of a during preparation. Well, here what is the first step says? Say chromite ore, we know. Say finely powdered, or I can say finely divided chromite ore is mixed. Okay, finely powdered chromite ore is mixed with what? Is mixed with the sodium carbonate. Say finely powdered chromite ore is mixed with sodium carbonate and is subjected for heating. So on heating by passing oxygen gas, okay, when current of air or stream of air, hot air is passed over a mixture of finely divided chromite ore with sodium carbonate, what happens? That chromite ore reacts with the sodium carbonate, gives rise to what? Gives rise to sodium chromate. Okay, sodium chromate. Sodium chromate is formed, and what are the side product? Hematite is formed and a carbon dioxide. These are the side product. Hematite, Fe2O3, and iron oxide is formed, and carbon dioxide is formed. So these are the product. Now say sodium chromate formed is a solid one. Fe2O3 is also solid one. And what about carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is a gas. Yes, we got a product, mixture of products here. One is sodium chromate, second one hematite ore, or I can say iron oxide, and third one carbon dioxide. Say the if you consider carbon dioxide as it is a gas, so it will be escape. It comes out of the mixture. What is remaining behind? Sodium chromate and hematite. This mixture remained. Yes. So out of this mixture, whether we need both the mixture? No, we need only sodium chromate, but not this iron oxide, hematite ore. So how we are going to separate this mixture means, say by observing, by analyzing their physical characteristics. What is that physical characteristics? It is the solubility. Okay, solubility. Now, whatever the mixtures we get here, sodium chromate and hematite, or I can say iron oxide. Okay, so here sodium chromate, which is readily soluble in water. Okay, sodium chromate formed, which is readily soluble in water, which means, say simply, to the mixture, if you add water, what happens to this mixture? If I add a water, what happens? Sodium chromate will be extracted along with water, leaving behind hematite ore. Means, say to the mixture, when we add water, what happens? We are going to get sodium, aqueous sodium chromate. Aqueous sodium chromate will be obtained, means will be dissolved, will be extracted along with water, leaving behind what? Iron oxide, Fe2O3, which remains in a solid state. Further, what we do? This mixture is subjected for what? Is subjected for filtration. So on filtration, what happens? So when we filter this mixture, okay, that iron oxide Fe2O3 which remains on the filter paper, and whatever the filtrate we collect, that filtrate contains what? It contains a aqueous sodium chromate. So that filtrate is collected. So overall 7 chromate ore is okay mixed with sodium carbonate. What happens? There will be formation of sodium chromate, iron oxide and carbon dioxide. Sodium chromate is extracted with water, as it is soluble in water, therefore it is extracted with water, and that iron oxide found with it can be separated by filtration method. You got it? So what is the first step here? When a hot air or against a stream of air is passed over a mixture of finely powdered chromate ore and sodium carbonate, gives rise to sodium chromate in the first step. So it is the first step of a reaction. Okay, well, now coming to the second step of the reaction, what I said, that sodium chromate obtained, okay, we got aqueous sodium chromate. Now it is acidified. We collect sodium chromate on filtration. So whatever sodium chromate collected is acidified with mineral acids, like what? Like sulfuric acid. So sodium chromate when treated with the acid like sulfuric acid, what happens? Sodium chromate Na2CrO4. Okay, it is the sodium chromate. And what is the ion here? CrO4 2 minus. Okay, CrO4 2 minus, chromate ion. What is the name here? It is the name of the ion is a chromate ion, CrO4 2 minus. So when treated with acid, okay, when sodium chromate is treated with mineral acid like sulfuric acid, what happens? There will be formation of sodium dichromate is formed. Sodium dichromate is formed, right? Say 2 Na2CrO4 plus 2H plus gives rise to Na2Cr2O7 plus 2 Na plus, okay, plus H2O. So what is the second step here? Say the aqueous sodium chromate obtained is treated with a mineral acid like sulfuric acid to give what? Sodium dichromate. So dichromate, what is the ion here? Cr2O7 2 minus, which means it is the dichromate ion. Dichromate ion. Say, which means what I can say here? Chromate ion can be converted into dichromate. How? By treating with the acid. Okay, when treated with acid, chromate is converted into dichromate. Then what is the reverse? Say, when we treat with the base, if it is treated with the base, dichromate ion can be converted back to chromate ion. So please remember this interconversion of chromate and dichromate ion. This interconversion can be done by operating pH of the solution. Andre now pH vary ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? Chromate ion can be converted into dichromate and vice versa. Yes, well, so what is the second step here? So sodium chromate obtained, which is okay, which when treated with the mineral acids like sulfuric acid, a dichromate, sodium dichromate is formed. So what are the side product here? So again, sodium dichromate. Na plus means actually when we treat with sulfuric acid, there will be formation of sodium sulfate, Na2SO4 and water. Sodium sulfate is an insoluble substance which is separated by filtration, and what is leaving behind? We get only sodium dichromate. Okay, well, is the second step. Now coming to the third step of the mechanism or against the preparation. So sodium, okay, sodium dichromate is treated with the calculated amount of potassium chloride. So sodium dichromate is an Na2CrO4, sorry, Cr2O7, Na2Cr2O7, that is sodium dichromate. Sodium dichromate is treated with the calculated amount of what? Potassium chloride. So it results into formation of a K2Cr2O7, orange colored crystals. You can see when we say yellow colored crystals. K2Cr2O7, potassium dichromate is formed. Potassium dichromate is formed here. And what is the side product? Say this potassium dichromate Okay, on standing, what happens? A crystals of potassium dichromate is obtained, and sodium chloride, okay, being soluble, it can be separated on filtration. So the third step, sodium dichromate, on treating with the calculated amount of potassium chloride, gives a potassium dichromate. So it is regarding preparation of, or you can say method of preparation of potassium dichromate. So first step, what we do in the first step, so when you pass stream of air to a mixture of finely powdered chromate ore with sodium carbonate, sodium chromate is formed. So chromate, when treated with mineral acids like sulfuric acid, gives sodium dichromate. And the third step, sodium dichromate. The sodium dichromate, when treated with the calculated amount of potassium chloride, gives rise to potassium dichromate. So it's regarding preparation of what? Potassium dichromate. Okay. Please remember the reactions involved in the preparation. And further, what I said, when you look at the second step, sodium chromate is converted into sodium dichromate, which means chromate is converted into dichromate here. So that conversion is very, very important. So chromate ion can be converted into dichromate by treating with acids. Okay, that is by maintaining pH below 7, and dichromate can be converted back to chromate by treating with the bases, which means by maintaining pH above 7. Okay, if pH is below 7, chromate can be converted into dichromate, and if pH is above 7, that is basic, dichromate can be converted back to chromate ion. So is one of the important concept, interconversion of chromate and dichromate ions. Okay, well, and in the third step, what we have done, the sodium dichromate, the aqueous sodium dichromate is treated with what? Is treated with the calculated amount of potassium chloride to give potassium dichromate. Okay, well, now if we consider potassium dichromate, as you said, K2Cr2O7. So potassium dichromate is a very important chemical used in leather industry. Okay, so if you consider applications or uses of this potassium dichromate, the major application is it is used in the leather industry and as an oxidant for preparation of many azo compounds. Okay, yes, the potassium dichromate is a very important chemical which is used in leather industry, that is in tanning process, and is also used as an oxidant for preparation of many azo compounds. Well, then the chromate and dichromate ions are interconvertible. As I said here, the chromate and dichromate, when you look at the second step of preparation, there we have converted a sodium chromate into dichromate by treating with what? Acids. Therefore we say the chromate ion CrO4 2 minus, and dichromate ion dichromate Cr2O7 2 minus ion. The chromate and dichromate are interconvertible in aqueous solution depending upon what? Upon the pH of a solution. As I already mentioned here, if in acidic pH, what happens? If acidic pH, chromate is converted into dichromate. In basic, dichromate is converted back to chromate ion. This conversion can be done by maintaining the pH of a medium, or you can say solution. The next one, the oxidation state of chromium in chromate and dichromate ion is same. So if I consider oxidation state, say CrO4 2 minus ಇದೆ. ಈಗ CrX ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. Chromium, we don't know the oxidation state. So X plus 4 into minus 2 is equal to net charge minus 2. So X minus 8 is equal to minus 2, and X is equal to 8 minus 2, that is plus 6, right? So here in chromate ion, what is oxidation state? Plus 6. Similarly, if you go for dichromate, Cr2O7 2 minus ion. So here again X I will consider. So 2 chromium. So 2X plus 7 into oxygen minus 2 is equal to net charge minus 2. So 2X minus 14. 7 to the 14. So minus 14 is equal to minus 2. Or 2X is equal to what? 14 minus 2, that is 12, and which means X is equal to 12 by 2. How much? plus 6. Therefore, what we are saying, the oxidation state of chromium in chromate and chromate and dichromate ion is same. How much? It is plus 6 itself. Okay, well, so Cr2 CrO4 2 minus plus 2H plus gives rise to what? Gives rise to Cr2O7 2 minus plus H2O. Here, when chromate is treated with acids, gives rise to dichromate. That is what is a pH? pH is less than 7. That is acidic pH. And on the other hand, if we consider dichromate ion in basic medium when pH is greater than 7, or I can say when treated with bases, so Cr2O7 2 minus plus 2OH minus gives rise to 2Cr O4 2 minus plus H2O. So is the interconversion of a chromate and a dichromate ion. So in acidic medium, chromate is converted into dichromate. In basic medium, dichromate will be converted into chromate. Okay, well. Then chromate ion is a tetrahedral. Regarding structure, if I consider structure of those ions, chromate and dichromate ion, the chromate ion is tetrahedral. We know the tetrahedral geometry. So chromate ion is tetrahedral, while the dichromate ion consists of what? It consists of two tetrahedral units sharing one corner with chromium oxygen chromium bond. Okay, one corner will be shared, is common, and going to have a chromium oxygen chromium bridge with bond angle 126 degree. Okay, I just repeat. So regarding chromate ion, what is the shape of this, or you can say geometry of the chromate ion, which is tetrahedral. Dichromate, yes, it is also tetrahedral, but how many tetrahedral units are there? There will be two tetrahedral units sharing one corner. One corner will be shared with what? Having a chromium oxygen chromium bridge with bond angle 126 degree. So when you look at the diagram here, say chromate ion, say in which chromium is present at the center of the tetrahedron, and four oxygen atoms going to occupy four corners of a tetrahedral geometry. So and what is the net charge? 2 minus. So is the tetrahedral geometry for chromate ion. Well, that is the imaginary line which joins the oxygen atoms, going to give a tetrahedral unit. On the other hand, if you go for dichromate ion, say is the one chromium, chromate ion, another chromate ion, so dichromate. So one corner is shared here, one of the oxygen is shared between two tetrahedral units, so they are going to form a bond angle of what? 126 degree. And regarding how many bridged oxygen atoms present here, there is a one bridged oxygen, bridged oxygen present, and remaining out of 7, one is shared between two chromium atoms. Therefore we say it is a bridged oxygen, and all are remaining 6 are terminal oxygens. Terminal means they are not shared with any other species. Okay, well, so now here chromium and bridged oxygen, what is the bond length? 179 picometer. Say chromium and bridged oxygen bond length, how much? 179 picometer. Then we have one more bond length here, that is chromium and terminal oxygen. So all bonds are identical, remaining are 6 bonds are identical. Here chromium and terminal oxygen bond length, how much it is? 163 picometer. Which bond length is more? That is chromium and bridged oxygen bond length is somewhat more. Okay, just to overcome the strain, angle strain, so that bond will be stretched, so bond length will be more here, 179 picometer. And what about terminal oxygen? It is just 163 picometer. Okay, well, and what about overall charge? Again, is that the dichromate ion is also going to carry minus charge, right? Now if we consider this orange colored crystalline substance is called what it is? It is a potassium dichromate. Okay, well, and can you draw the structure of, I already analyzed it. Say if we consider structures, yes, we said already there will be two chromium units going to have tetrahedral, two tetrahedral units going to share one corner with the chromium oxygen chromium bond angle 126 degree and chromium terminal oxygen bond length 163 picometer and chromium bridged oxygen bond length 179 picometer. So it is the structure for dichromate ion. Well, then coming to CQs, the first one, in the conversion of chromate to dichromate, how many moles of sulfuric acid is involved? Okay, 10, 0, 5 and 1. Yes, it is 1 mole of sulfuric acid. That is 2 H plus ions required. Therefore, we say 1 mole of sulfuric acid. Right? Yes, answer fourth one. Then coming to the second question. In dichromate, potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7, how many tetrahedral units are present? Yes, 10, 0, 2, 1. How many tetrahedral units? There will be two tetrahedral units going to share one corner having a chromium oxygen chromium bridges. Okay, well, next one, look at the equation 4FeO dot Cr2O3 plus 8Na2CO3 plus 7O2. In this reaction, the correct products are. So what it is? It is the first step of preparation of a potassium dichromate. That chromate ore can be written in this form: 4FeO Cr2O3. Okay. Yes. Uh, we have to think of product formed here. So 8Na2CrO4 plus 2Fe2O3 plus 8CO2. Second, 8 Na2CrO4 plus 2Fe2O3 plus 6CO2. Then 4 Na2CrO4 plus 2 Fe2O3 plus 8CO2. The next one, 8 Na2CrO4 plus 4 Fe2O3 plus 8 CO2. So we have to look for the correct products. Yes, what is the answer? First one. So 8 Na2CrO4 plus 2 Fe2O3 plus 8 CO2. Why we are collecting this means, say look at the balancing equation. Say how many sodium here? 16 sodium. 16 sodium atoms are there. How many chromium? 8 chromium. Say 4 2s are 8. 8 chromium atoms are there. Then if you consider oxygen, okay, so 4 7. 7 4s are 28. If you consider oxygen atoms, say 3 plus 4, 4 into 4. 1 oxygen, 3 oxygen, 4 oxygens into 4 times. So 16. Then 8 3s are 24. Okay, 8 3s are 3 oxygen, 8 times. So 8 3s are 24 plus 2 oxygen atoms 7 times 14. Okay, say 16 plus 24, 16, 24, 34, 40, 40, 50, 54 oxygens, right? 54 oxygen atoms in the reactant side. Similarly, if you consider here 4, 8 4s are 32, okay, plus 2 3s are 6, plus 8 2s are 16. Say 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 14 carry 1, so 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 1 5, 454 oxygens. So number of oxygen atoms is also balanced. Then if you consider Fe, 4 Fe, 2 2s are 4 Fe is also balanced. Then carbon, how many carbon? 8 carbon, so 8 carbon is also balanced. Therefore first is a correct products, right? So option first is correct. Then coming to the, well, so with this, I'm going to conclude about this session. Again, in the next session, we go for other concept. Thank you. Be safe.